So you say you want to be a streamer, eh? But what if you're a nomad and you don't have a home? What if you gotta take your stream with you? Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's IVANTASANDiWICH here to give you all your super awesome tips about streaming and streaming tech and make sure you go ahead and check us out on Discord, check us out on Twitter, check us out on Twitch, Instagram, YouTube. Hit the follow, like, subscribe, all that stuff. Let's get to why you're here. Now, for the average Joe, this isn't gonna be like a super practical use. So this is gonna be more for the people who are going to be moving around a lot. They have different PCs in different homes, and they just don't want to install things, or maybe it's not their PC that they're using. Maybe they're gonna be on their roommate's PC or whatever the case is. So you can put all your OBS settings into this little flash drive, take you anywhere you want to go, and you're good. You can stream from anywhere. The first thing you need to do is take your flash drive. We're going to plug it into our computer, and we need to rename this. What I mean by renaming is you just have to simply change the drive letters. You have to do this for each PC that you're going to be using this on. So if you're running between two PCs, you'll have to remap the drive on your PC you're transferring data from and the PC you are transferring data to. Hit the Windows key and X to bring up this menu, and then you go to Disk Management. You'll pull up all your drives. You want to go to the one that is your flash drive, so the removable drive here, and change drive letter and paths. And then you just simply change it here. Probably Z is going to be good since it's down the alphabet. Hit OK, and you may get some other prompts, but it'll change the drive for you, and now you can go ahead and start installing OBS. I'm assuming you're going to be moving more than just your OBS settings over. You'd want to also move any backgrounds, any videos, any audio sounds with it. So you're going to want to put all of those into a folder on this flash drive. That's why remapping the drive is so important, because when you point to a file in OBS's directory, in like a browser source, for example, or a media source, you want to point to the file, it's going to have a drive letter and then your file after that. Therefore, if your drive is constantly changing from Z to H to W to K to whatever, you're going to need to go and find all those files all over again, and it's just a pain. One thing I suggest you do before you start messing with OBS is make separate folders. So make a folder for all your OBS stuff to go into, and then make another folder for your audio files to go into, and another folder for your video files, another folder for your picture files, image files, etc. With that being said, now we can go ahead and extract OBS onto your flash drive. Now that you have your drive remapped on both of your PCs or all of your PCs that you're going to be using, we got to go ahead and get OBS on this bad boy. So go to obsproject.com, like I've directed you to in almost every one of my videos, obsproject.com, linked in the description. And instead of hitting the download button on the homepage, you want to go to the top right corner, and there is a download option up there. So you'll click on that, it'll bring you to a new page, and you want to download the zip file and save it onto your flash drive. That shouldn't have taken too much time. Now all we got to do is add a shortcut to the desktop, which is pretty simple. We're going to navigate to the OBS folder, go to the bin folder, go to 64-bit, scroll down in that folder, and you're going to find the OBS application. You're going to right click it, hit send to desktop. If you create a shortcut, it'll create a shortcut in that folder. If that happens, just find the shortcut you created, drag it to the desktop. So it's easier to just go send to and then select desktop as an option. Once you've done that, we're going to right click on that new shortcut. You can rename it how you want. I usually rename mine some sort of OBS portable version or whatever, so I know what it is. And once you get into the properties of the shortcut, you find the target line, and simply at the end of the quotations, outside of the quotation marks, you want to add -- portable. And then hit apply, close out of the settings window, and when you open up OBS, it should prompt you with the auto setup wizard and all that jazz. So it'll look like a fresh blank canvas that you can mold and shape and do with what you need to. Okay, at this point, if you're a newbie and this is your first install of OBS and you just needed it to be portable, you're done. It's gonna run portable right off the flash drive. You can go ahead and start setting up all your plugins, all your settings, what have you. Make it yours, do your thing. If you're in the other boat and you need to pull those settings that you have already in OBS to this version of OBS, we're gonna go through that stuff next. If you have plugins, you are gonna have to reinstall those manually I've gone through how to install plugins multiple times on this channel. Checked out some of the other videos. Hopefully your flash drive has read and write speeds fast enough to run those plugins. I've had issues with some of my plugins, like the Stream Effects plugin, using the blur specifically, and the drop shadow. It does not like running off this old, like 6 or 7 year old flash drive. You have to be able to pull all the data from here, and it doesn't matter how fast your computer is. If you can't pull data off of here fast enough, it's not gonna run smooth. So keep that in mind. Make sure you have a decent flash drive, a decent portable storage solution, okay? All right, I warned you. For the next part, I've tried this multiple ways, and I swear it's worked before. So if you know where the config folder is on your PC of all your settings, you should theoretically be able to just drag that over into overwrite the flash drive version of OBS. Okay, guys, so I did some tweaking. I did some testing in between when I filmed versus the editing that I'm doing now. So future sandwich here coming at you, just to let you know that you can drag the configuration files over into the portable version of OBS. I found out why my flash drive was working so slowly is because I had it formatted as a FAT32 or FAT32. I reformatted it, did some testing. It still drags a little bit, but that's because I have a lot of plugins that are stacked on top of each other, so a lot of effects going on there, and it is still an older flash drive. But without further ado, continue with the video. Import, export your settings. Chop, chop. I had a ton of issues for some reason, so try that at your own risk. I'm not going to go into detail on it. The way we are going to go into detail, though, that's going to bring most of the settings over to try to make this as convenient as possible, is we're going to go use the in-house OBS import and export options. Open up your desktop version of OBS, the one installed on your PC right now. We're going to simply export your scenes and your profiles. They're done at the top menu. There's a profile menu and there's a scene collection menu. So you just go down, export those, save them on your flash drive as like in a backups folder or whatever you want. And then what you'll do, you can close out of that OBS, open up your flash drive OBS, your portable OBS, hit the import option. Find the files you just exported, import them in. 90% of your settings should show up, which saves us a ton of time trying to set everything else up. So it'll copy your filters, it'll copy your scene collections, it'll copy your sources, all the layers in your scenes, etc. Copies all of it, saves you a ton of time. Hopefully you don't have super complicated plugins going on, because if you do, this will still save you time, but it'll just be a little more work for you. So don't say I didn't warn you. At this point, you just need to make sure all your stuff looks good, make sure your images are there, your backgrounds are there, your videos are there, cruise control or any other bots that you might have. You could have put those onto your flash drive too. Make the whole thing portable. Take it with you. But make sure it's all there. Make sure it's all working. And then just find the other stuff that maybe you need to replace. Like every PC is not going to have an internal capture card, for example. So you'll have to plug in your Elgato maybe or your AverMedia card or whatever you want to, whatever you're using. The webcams may be different. So that stuff you're always going to have to tweak, unless you're bringing your webcam and all that other stuff with you too, which almost defeats the purpose of having a portable version of OBS. Almost, not quite, but almost. So check all that stuff, make sure it looks good, and there you go. You should have a portable version of OBS that you can take with you anywhere, and it'll pretty much run on any PC these days. I mean, if you're gaming and streaming, then that may be an issue. I run a 2 PC setup, so it may be more ideal for the dual PC people. Maybe you can grab a laptop and pop your flash drive into the laptop and use that as your streaming PC while you game on the other one. Maybe. I don't know. Just you'll figure it out. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. You'll be all right. You'll be okay. All right, guys. So thanks for watching the video. That's it for this week. And let me know what you thought about using OBS in portable mode. Like, what are you going to use it for? How's the best way that you've learned to use it? Or is there anything that I missed? Anything that you think I could do better or that I didn't touch on here? So let me know about all that in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and then follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. The channel is IVANTASANDiWICH over there at twitch.tv. And come hang out. I spend a lot of time in just chatting, but I also play some games. I've been hitting up some Daggerfall, some Elder Scrolls 2 lately, doing that retro stuff. So yeah, we mix it up, but come on by, talk to me about streaming, anything streaming related. I'd love to help you out. Or maybe you can help me out, who knows? But I'll see you guys next vid. Peace.